That's right, boys. Oh, we're close. We are back. Anyways, oh my gosh, I'm really bad at walking with F5 on. Anyways, guys, we are back, and I know I left on a bit of a cliffhanger. I left on a big project. I left with a lot of work to do. Finishing off the Institute, and dude, boy oh boy, am I glad to say we are done. Dude, it's there, and I'm gonna show you all of it. I totally intend to show you all of it. And oh my gosh, have we made some progress. We need to get some more gravel and sand. We've been pumping through it like it's nobody's freaking business, trying to get all the concrete that we need. And this is just empty. And check this stuff out. Check it out. Looky here. So I've been stockpiling, and we got some spawners. We got a bunch of spawners that we're ready to rock and roll with those, which is awesome. We'll make some spawner farms for the Institute eventually. And check this out. Bam! A lot of emeralds, not so many diamonds, honestly. The diamond game is soft. But the emerald game is strong. Very strong. And it's, oh my gosh, dude. Boy oh boy, have I been hard at work. And let me show you, first and foremost, the Institute and what I've been up to. I have finished it off. This is all done. The password has been changed. And this tunnel has been finished. So I'm not going to show you the password, but let me do a quick cut until the store is open, and then I will go ahead and show you what I've done inside. Alright, so I have punched in my password, and you will not be able to see it. But if you come in here, you may notice that the interior here is decorated. There is no more crappy redstone all over the place. There's also this lever here. Now this lever is the emergency state, is the emergency switch. So when it is on, these doors are on. This door will work. It will work properly. But when this is off, it will emergency close down, and my passcode out there does nothing. It's totally useless. This is the main control switch, and I might choose to move it at some point, but for now it's right here, and whenever it's on, then these doors are open. But anyways, you may be like, dude, how am I supposed to get down? Well, those of you might be thinking, oh my gosh, has he done what I think he's done? Yes, I have. When I go ahead and press this button, we drop down into the Institute. And take a look at this, guys. Oh, it's beautiful. It's, oh my gosh. Maybe I'm tooting my own horn just a bit too much here, but dude, this was. Okay, there we go. Oh my god, I thought I broke my elevator there for a second. I was like, uh-oh, this is bad. Yeah, this is just a level of work that is unreal, man. Take some screenshots. Sit back. Oh my gosh. But even though this exterior is quote-unquote done, we still haven't lit up these pillars here. They're still dark, and we still haven't done anything on the inside of them as well. We need to figure out what we're gonna do there. And not even to mention, I kind of just did some spoilers there. You can kind of see there. We need to freaking work on the rooms. The rooms, they're empty. There's nothing here. And what better room to start with than the storage room? And if you remember, the storage is robotics. So I'm looking up here because I've actually done some major work in there that you can kind of see. And the first thing we're going to do is robotics and work on our storage system. I've actually gone ahead and drawn up a little bit of a creative world, a creative world test, I guess, to see how I want that to look. And I'm going to switch to that. Alright guys, welcome to my test world, and behind me you see the little mock door that I've drawn for what the robotics section of the Institute would look like. So if I just go ahead and punch a hole in the wall, then we'll have this, and obviously this is jumped. We're going to have a little bit of a longer hallway here, but this is just something I built because I didn't really feel like building that hallway up. And this is what the robotics section is going to look like. The theme or color for robotics in the Institute is red, and we're going to keep with that red theme here as well. And I've gone ahead and drawn up a mock of pretty much how it's all going to look. Now this, how would you describe this? This ceiling pattern or whatever will be replicated along this whole thing and on all of these corners. There will be the same ceiling pattern. I plan on doing corners here and then making a chandelier in the center. This right here is my bed, and I will respawn at this bed. And then these chests are for dumping. And when I dump into these chests, it's going to go out and into this storage system. Now this storage system, I've decided that I want to do a pre-fill storage system as opposed to a item filter storage system. And basically what that means is I fill up all of these chests, I come in here and I place in individual items. Like if I go boop, ooh, boop, and I go, oh, I want this chest to be diorite. I go like this, and basically when the hopper goes through, unless it's diorite, it obviously can't go into this chest. Meaning any overflow won't get stored in the hopper behind it. It will get stored in overflow chests that I will have probably here. This whole section will probably be dedicated to overflow and non-stackables. Now what this means is I can actually super individualize these chests and what they hold. And I can go, oh, well, I want one row of diorite here, but I also want this one spot to hold end rods, this one spot to hold chests, lodestones, red concrete, blah, 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 and I want it to hold this stuff. And I can totally do that, and it works just fine. But for the most part, it's all going to be holding the same stuff, and I will dedicate one double chest to most items. Now, the thing is, I have to figure out what I want this thing to actually be able to store and actually be able to hold, and as you can tell, there's a lot of chests. There's actually, I believe, 382 double chests. I know they're individual chests right now, but in the actual world, they are going to be double chests. I just didn't really feel like coming in and placing in all these double chests. It seemed pointless to me. You'd get the concept even if I didn't do that. And as well, these item frames aren't going to be on them. In my opinion, it makes them annoying to reach around. So I'm not going to put item frames on them. I'll probably just have to memorize. I'll probably put some on the floor to try to indicate like, oh, this is saplings. Oh, this is wood. And then I have oak, birch, and yada, yada, yada. And I'll have to figure that out myself. But for the most part, that is how I'm going to do my storage. So I'm going to do a little bit of thinking as to how I want all of these chests to store their items, and then I will get right back with you guys. Alright, so I've decided that I think I probably want this opening area to be, blocks that I use a lot, and then I kind of wanted to follow a theme, so I did get a little carried away from there, but I was like, what's the block that I use the most? White concrete. White concrete. Forgot that I wasn't creative there. So I put my white concrete right here, and I'm actually going to dedicate each chest to a full item. So this is going to be all stained white, or like hardened white concrete, soft white concrete, like white concrete powder, and etc. And it's all going to move down this list here, stop here, where it's going to be sand, gravel, a couple of different types of dye. We have 2 white chests because we use white the most. And then over here, I kind of was like, why don't we just keep the same theme? And we've got glass that follows the exact same pattern, except right here, we've got 6 chests of glass and then 2 chests of panes, just because I use glass more than I use panes. And worst comes to worst, I can always just craft glass into panes where I can't go back. So anyways, we got 6 chests of glass, and then the other dyes are right here. And that should be pretty much every dye except brown, I believe. Which moves us on to either the left or right section. Now I think I want to do left with building blocks and other building materials, and I'll probably do the right section with nature and mob loot. So let's go ahead and start over here, and I'm going to start on this section specifically and then work this way, and I'll come back to you guys once I get that set up. Alright, and we're back. So we've got this side totally filled out, and let me show you right through it. So in here we've got pretty much all of our basic building blocks, anything we can mine up. We've got our stone, smooth granite, blah 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 right here. Cobblestone, and then this is not only stone slabs, but it's going to be 2 rows of stone slabs, 2 rows of cobblestone stairs, and 2 cobblestone slabs, excuse me, and 2 rows of cobblestone walls. And pretty much anytime you see this slab symbol, it follows that layout. So we've got that right here for our regular cobblestone and then slabs, and then we've got it for our bricks, regular bricks, and then that, and then we've got our mossy variants, which follow the exact same layout. And then right here we've got granite, diorite, andesite, and then right here we've got a little bit of special with 1 chest filled with smooth stone slabs, because I'm going to be using smooth stone slabs quite a bit. I really enjoy the way they look. And then in here we've got regular stone slabs and then stairs. There's no wall variant, so in a double chest it will just be 3 rows of each. It won't have to do this stupid little middle thing, which should work out pretty well. Up here we've got 6 double chests of netherrack that we can fill, and they'll fill here, here, here. And then right here we've got 1 chest that's going to be filled filled with nether brick. This is going to be nether brick variants, which it's not actually filled, but this is going to be the variant of the cracked nether brick, and then the chiseled nether brick, and then I believe the nether brick walls are all going to be in here. No, the nether brick fences are all going to be in here. Oh, look out, my dog's moving around, so if you just heard a crash, that would be him. And then in here, it's not actually in there. I think it's in here because I had a change of heart while I was designing this. Anyways, this is going to be our slabs, stairs, and walls. And it's going to be the same here. This is going to be down here because you actually use this to craft this, I believe. I really hope that is the case because this is getting its own chest. Whereas up here, the blue ones are in here. So this is split. There's 6 different blue items that we have here, and there's 3 different red items that we're storing here. All the different variants of quartz. Regular quartz blocks are getting its own. Slabs are getting split between stairs and slabs. The smooth quartz is getting smooth, smooth, smooth. And then the chiseled, of course, we have the bricks, the chiseled, and the pillars. Over here, we've got 2 chests filled with, that will be filled with the regular old quartz. We have the quartz ore, gold ore, and then 2 chests for nether wart as well. Now, some of this stuff you might be starting to think, like, dude, this is kind of serious overkill, and that's the point. The point is to have serious overkill of this storage, just so that we never really have a shortage, or never really have to go and fish through random chests to try to find stuff. But over here we've got all of our woods, and it's pretty simple. This is just our logs. This is our stripped logs, but this one actually includes the stripped hyphae, or the strip wood as well, where it's bark on all sides. This is just planks, and this is just the regular bark. It's not split at all. And then that follows all the way through with all 6 overworld woods, both of the nether woods, and then right here for all 8 variants of wood with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 variants. On the left, we've got our slabs, stairs, and fences. And on our right, we've got our oak fences, doors, and trapdoors. What did not make the cut is redstone components and signs. So the only other things that are made out of wood, if I just type in oak, that's a bad example. Let me type in dark oak. The only things that didn't make the cut are signs, buttons, and slabs. And of course the saplings and the leaves. But other than that, we have storage for every other thing in this storage system so far. Now I'm going to jump over here, and we're going to keep working. And we're going to probably we need our valuables over here if we don't put them over here. We need our plant-based items with flowers, which obviously are going to get pretty heftily split up. I'm not going to give a boatload of storage to flowers. We're going to need leaves, which will probably each get their own chest. And let me just look through here. Saplings will need some stuff. Let's see, leaves I already said. Sponges probably will just end up in a miscellaneous chest. We'll have to have redstone components, so maybe I'll do some redstone components over here in this area. Sea pickles will probably end up in here as well. TNT, bookshelves, these things won't end up getting any type of storage. They'll probably just get overflow. I need end stuff. All these end materials are going to have to get their own chest, including end rods and stuff like that. Cactus probably won't get a chest, considering maybe it will. I guess it is a plant, but it will largely end up in our bulk storage cactus and bioscience. Chains probably won't. Iron bars probably won't. Just simple things like that, unless I feel like I need them, in which case I can add them from a storage area. So that's another important fact, actually. So if at some point I decide, I've got a shitload of iron bars, I need a lot of iron bars, then instead of just having them in a bulk storage, all I have to do is be like, iron. Ooh, that's not how you spell iron. Iron. That's not how you spell iron. Iron. There we go. Iron bars. And if all of this is just excess overflow, and I go, dude, I've got a lot of iron bars, all I have to do is come over to this chest right here and go, and now this chest is dedicated to iron bars, which is really easy. So it's a really easy way to just add on whenever I feel like I need. So this is just things I think I'll need, and if I need to add on anything once I start playing, then that will go here. Anyways, without further ado, let me get all of this stuff in place for what I'm going to do here, and then I'll catch you back up with that once I've done it. Alrighty guys, so we got this side and this side assigned now, and we're done. We're done assigning stuff. I kind of went ahead and just did this because I was tired of all the jump cuts and stuff. And before I even go down this hallway, before I even start showing you some of the chests that I have designated, let me just go ahead and disclaimer, quick disclaimer. This storage system is gigantic. It is meant to be gigantic. It is meant to overestimate and overfill and overly, grossly murder over how much I will actually need and actually have. So with that said, keep in mind, some of the stuff we see here, you're like, dude, why in the world are you designating a full double chest to that item alone? And I will tell you why, because this storage system is huge, but this is what I'm building. And this area here is how many unclaimed chests I have. And this is 4 times 5, that's 20, 4 times 6, that's 24. So that's 44 double chests of just whatever. And if I happen to go, the amount of chests I've designated to white concrete isn't enough, I need more, I can always designate more. And I can always add on and move stuff around. And if I go, honestly, I don't need it. Like, if I'm like, I don't need light blue, I never use light blue, which I'm going to be using light blue. But if I'm like, I never use light blue, I can get rid of light blue, extend this down, move the white, and I can have it. I'm fine. So with that being said, let's take a look here. Now here I basically was like, yeah, I think the stone and cobblestone reserves I put over there is just not going to be nearly enough. Not to mention I didn't even put dirt, so we've got some extra cobblestone storage, extra stone storage, extra dirt storage, and extra grass storage. This I actually think is totally legit. I don't think this is an overestimate at all. Maybe a little bit on the dirt, but I think this is totally fine and exactly how much I'm going to need for the most part. And now over here, we've got our valuables. So right here, we've got all of our ores, and the ores are going to have ores and nuggets for these, and then just ore for this. Or it might have ore and bits. I think I'm probably going to make it so that it's ore and bits for these. Now, keep in mind, any farms we have is not going to feed into this. They're going to have their own individual storage system, so especially with things like iron or gold, you're like, yeah, you need a bunch more. You need a bunch more to store all of your iron. No, I won't, because this is just going to be pretty much mined iron, and I'm not going to need that much storage for mined iron. Then we've got coal, lapis, diamonds, redstone, all the same. And then since I had redstone here, I decided to put all my redstone components in. This is going to be strictly for slime blocks, slime, honeycomb, honey blocks. We don't have any honey, but we will eventually have a honey farm, so we're going to need some storage for it. And I guess we don't have a slime farm either, but we have a bunch of slime chunks, so we do have slime. This right here is going to be our redstone components, such as pistons, sticky pistons, hoppers, dispensers, droppers, and observers. Each are going to have their own row. Right here we've got torches with 2 rows of repeaters, and 2 rows of comparators. Redstone ore and stuff, obviously. And then we've got rails, generic rails. I'm going to give them their entire chest. I think that should be brutal overkill. And then these specialty rails, they're each going to have 2 rows, which I think will be fine. And then these specialty items here, we've got levers, tripwires, and daylight sensors, which is also, once again, overkill. Redstone lamp, note blocks, and target blocks. Now, actually, we might even need more space for note blocks. I plan on getting in a couple of note block songs. I think it'd just be fun, late game stuff. But anyways, that's all that stuff well and done. Now over here, we've got our plants. Obviously, these are just going to be leaves, and we're going to put 1, maybe 2 rows of saplings at the bottom of each of these leaves. Now going down, we've got our pumpkins, melons, and wheat, which is just something I did because I did pumpkin, melon, and wheat seeds. This is one of those examples where it's like, why in the world would you have a double chest of pumpkin seeds? Why would you do that? There's no reason to. I literally was desperately trying to think of stuff to fill this area. And right here we've got cactus all to itself, and then here we've got a couple of specialty flowers. This is going to hold poppies, dandelions, and orange tulips, and this one's going to hold cornflowers, blue orchids, and alliums. Once again, overkill. This is going to be sugarcane, bamboo, and kelp. Keep in mind, each of these are going to have their own specialty storage in bioscience. Cobwebs, which, yeah, might be overkill to have a double chest of cobwebs, vines, and lily pads as well. All of these could probably get put into one chest, but I was desperately searching for space. I also have chains, lamps, and soul lamps, or lanterns or whatever, which don't really fit the theme, but once again, desperately searching for stuff to fill this area. And here we've got all the kelp variants, we've got the kelp blocks, and then right here we've got the kelp, like the regular corals, I guess coral, I've been saying kelp, and then the fans, and then we've got the dead blocks, and then the dead fans and corals here. I literally couldn't think of anything for these 3. I mean, I might as well just do sea pickles down them. That seems like overkill though, considering I don't think you can farm sea pickles. I don't know, but we've got sea pickles here. I might just not use these chests, to be honest with you, but over here we got all the blocks that I realized I forgot about. We've got all of our end blocks here. We've got end stone with our end bricks, and then all end brick variant, our purpur with our purpur variants, and then right here we've got end rods. Yes, I'm going to give end rod its own chest just because I'm going to be using a lot of them. And then here we've got the chorus plant, and then the chorus flower, and then right here we've got chorus fruit and popped chorus fruit. Then we've got our prismarine stuff, prismarine variants, dark prismarine variants, prismarine bricks, dark prismarine brick variants. The sea lanterns are going to have their own chest, and then the fishy drops are going to be their own, are going to split a chest as well, because most of this is going to end up in the Guardian farm. Now we've got sandstone, sandstone variants, sandstone bits, sandstone variants, and then sandstone variant bits, because sandstone has a lot of stuff, and we've only got one row because we won't really be using much sandstone. We don't really use it all that often at all. And then we've got soul sand and soul soil that each have their own double chest because I'm desperately trying to take up space. Magma blocks and basalt also having its own, and basalt splitting with polished basalt. And then over here we gave each wool its own chest. We did not give carpets, and we probably actually will throw carpets in one row at the bottom of these. And then as over here we've got 2 chests for blackstone, which is once again overkill. We've got our bricks, brick bits, and brick variants, and then our regular stuff bits, polished blackstone, and then polished blackstone variants, or bits I guess you would call it. And then we've got ice, packed ice, 2 chests of packed ice because we're going to be getting mostly packed ice when we go on packed ice hunts, or ice hunts I guess. And then we've got blue ice down here. And after that I pretty much couldn't think of anything else. I've looked through here, and I mean, like, yeah, I don't have anything for coarse dirt, but that's fine, or podzol, but that's fine. I don't have storage for bedrock. Obviously, I don't have any type of red sand storage because I don't plan on getting any red sand at any point. I've got storage for literally all these. No sponges. Sponges are fine in the overflow. I don't care. All of these weird plants are fine in the overflow. I don't care. Although I guess I could put them over there in those 3 chests that I didn't have use for. There's a couple of flowers that aren't covered. A couple of mushrooms that aren't covered. Let's see. I think we covered pretty much all of our slabs except bricks, because I don't really plan on using bricks. Or the red sandstone there. TNT isn't covered. Bookshelf isn't covered. Torch isn't covered. There's just a couple of things here that aren't covered. No pressure plates on anything, because I don't really care. There's no jukebox, obviously, and all of this other stuff. But pretty much anything that is craftable, anything we will ever have an absolute ton of, we've covered it. We've got storage for pretty much all of it. We don't have terracotta. Terracotta is one of the few things that we have an absolute ton or surplus of in this menu, but we don't have any storage for out here. Now, if we ever need terracotta storage, I can always come here and dedicate this to terracotta and dedicate this to glazed terracotta if I wanted to. But it's honestly not necessary. I don't think it's necessary, so I'm probably just going to leave it. I could go ahead and dedicate this to terracotta if I want to, though, just for so that you guys don't freak out and yell at me in the future. And I could do that, and then I could do like clay, and then like regular terracotta, all the colors here, and then right here I could do my brick variants. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna do terracotta. I'm gonna do white, light gray, and now I've started talking about it, and I feel like I should do it. So we're gonna do white, light gray, gray, black. And then we're going to do more terracotta. We can get rid of this. We need red, orange, yellow, green, lime green, blue, no, cyan, blue, light blue, purple. And that's going to go here, 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 and that's going to match perfectly with that. Lime, cyan, blue, light blue, purple. Clear all of this out. Terracotta. Oop, too many R's. Purple. We go magenta, pink, and that's great. Where's brown? Brown, 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 brown. There we go. And we're also going to do clay. And we also need regular terracotta that's not dyed, and then we need bricks. There's our brick, and we have brick variants, which I'll just resemble with a slab. and that is fine. We've got our 3 brick variants, and we'll just know it's for all of them. There we go. This here, 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 cute, cute, cute. And then we have our, we'll probably actually never have a full thing of bricks, so that's 4, 5. See, I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's not 6, and that would be very weird. Okay, I think we can do bricks in just this, and we can do 2 rows of this, and then just 1 row of everything else. And then up here we can have our clay ball, clay, and terracotta. And I think that's fine. I think that's perfect. Now we're done. And this whole section right here will just be for overflow, non-stackables, and items of the sort. So yeah, guys, now what we need to do is we have actually already gone ahead and cleared out this whole area that we need to fit this thing in there, in our base. And what we're going to go do is we're going to go start laying down the footprint of everything. Now, I'm probably not going to build up the walls quite yet, but I'm going to lay down the footprint, and I might just place in all of the chests that we need as well. But I'll meet you back on the actual server. Alright, so this is the space that we went ahead and cleared out for our project here. The footprint is actually a little bit wider than the main Institute hall we made, but it's not nearly as tall. So all in all, it wasn't nearly as much time consuming to clear out this much space. It maybe took me an hour and a half, maybe 2, I'm not quite sure. But it doesn't really matter. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw down not only the footprint, but the walls, chests, and the ceiling of what we got. It's not going to be entirely done in this episode because it's already running a bit late, but I'll go ahead and cut to that time lapse of me building this now. Alright guys, that is it. It's all built. It only took 2 to 3 hours actually. It wasn't that bad. But that doesn't include all the time that it actually took to go get all the resources for that. Because yeah, gathering all the sand and stuff, I don't even know how long it took. Look how cool this thing looks on the map. This thing is gonna look wicked by the time it's done. I can't wait. First off, I'd like to apologize. I went ahead and started editing some of the previous clips that I've recorded together, and I noticed, what was that on the ground? Anyways, I noticed that the audio quality was really weird on like a few of them. It just sounded bad. I want to go ahead and apologize for that. I don't know what that was. I don't know why. I don't know if this one's gonna sound bad, to be honest with you. If it does, I'll probably have to look into it, but I'm trying to just, like, I don't know, keep my face away from the mic, or just kind of talk normally and just see how that sounds, and hopefully that doesn't sound weird. But anyways, that's pretty much it. Obviously these torches here are going to go at some point, and I'm pretty sure spots like this are too dark. Like, yeah, that's a block 7, and this is a block 7. Yeah, so spots like this are a little bit too dark, which is unfortunate. But it looks like it's the same spot, so I can probably just go ahead and place torches on every location and make sure that we're blocking mob spawns. So yeah, we're gonna have to find a way to light up the flooring. We're gonna put lights on the ceiling like there was in the creative test world. The only issue with that is, hold up, let me go ahead and go here, and go to, and do. And if we look in here, I'm almost out of end rods. I need to go on another end trip to go get some more end rods. Because we're almost out, which kind of sucks. We're also going to have some lighting. There we go. Some lighting in the forms of... There. Okay, cool. And lighting's in the forms of beacons. We're going to put 4 more beacons in these corners, just so we can... You'll notice we kind of lose our buffs. So we need to do some more beacon refreshing, so we'll put more beacons in these corners. They go up there, and we still need to put our bed, obviously, and the hoppers, and there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. Don't get me wrong. But this video is already going to be about 30 minutes long, 30, 40. I'm trying to make sure this isn't super long because I don't think any of you guys want to be forced to sit through that. And I try to make it enjoying. I try to make it all entertainable. But there's a certain point where you're watching and you're like, yeah, I just want it to be over. I totally get that as someone who watches a bunch of YouTube myself. So yeah, I won't keep you guys for too long. A couple things we still need to do though is the little housing or like roofing, I guess, for here. I didn't sketch it in creative, and I didn't really feel like time-lapsing me building and tearing and building and tearing and tweaking and whatever. So when we come back, the walls will be up here, here, and here. The ceiling will be in, and all the hoppers will be in place, if not fully hooked up to a dumping system here. The next episode will probably go on a big gathering spree to gather all the items that we need for here. Now, I've gone back and forth about whether or not I want to put item frames here and whether I want to like put items on the item frame so that I have it marked, and I think I've decided I'll probably put item frames at the top and item frames maybe at the bottom. And for a lot of things like my gunpowder and for a lot of things like my concrete, that will pretty much sum it up, right? Like I'll know, oh, these bottom 2 are white concrete, top one is going to be hardened, bottom one's going to be, you know, powder, and that'll pretty much help. So basically, if I do some quick math, that's 12. That's 6, 12 to 48 times 4, which is like 100, roughly 200 signs, which if I divide by 3 is about 3.5 stacks. So I need about 3.5 stacks of signs, which means I need about 3.5 stacks of leather, which is honestly a very good amount. It's a very solid amount that I've got my work cut out for me for to go ahead and get that. Also, I'm kind of noticing, like I just noticed, like I literally just hit me, I don't have any sort of hostile or docile mob drop chests. So all of my hostile and docile mob drops, they're all going to end up here in the excess, in the overflow. I might do some like gunpowder, string, spider eyes, bones, and stuff like that, and I might do that a little bit just so that we don't have it all in the overflow. And maybe I'll designate like 3 to overflow and these 3 to like hostile, maybe docile mob drops. But a lot of those are going to be ending up in our farms anyways. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to try and cut this video short. I would keep going, and we have a lot more work to do, but we can't get that done in this episode. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed. I really hope you didn't mind that it was a little bit of a longer one. In fact, I hope you enjoyed all the little excess bits and pieces that got put in here. And I hope you guys are appreciating the progress we're making on this Institute base, because it's really coming together. And next episode, after we get this storage system completely done, we're probably going to start working on some of our other divisions and some of our other farms. But until we get to that point, peace!